Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Hey, Austin, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Thanks for being early or on time. I'm on time today, so maybe that's going to give me some good mojo. Good mojo sitting down here. Man, I took a look at this thing this morning and it's looking bullish, but I mean, we talked about this yesterday. Let's look at the daily. Let's start with the daily chart, but I want to look at the hourly because we got a setup forming on the hourly at the moment. I'd be curious to see if that comes through or not. So we drew out. First of all, I hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope your trading yesterday afternoon. What's up, Nico? Thanks for joining, man. I hope your trades yesterday afternoon went well. We had Slim Jim point out that nice bullish pennant pattern on that 5-minute, and I hope some people were able to catch that move to the upside as it broke. What's up, Verinder? Good morning. So we got, let's just take a look at the daily. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out a place where to start because there's kind of a lot to go over here. But, we're in this big down channel, which we talk about all the time on the daily. But I'm really just kind of zooming into what we've got going on over here and over here more specifically. What's up, Roach Gang? We're right up here near this area of resistance. We've got a couple points here that I think are important. One is this touch here at 12,250, which we can see over here. We had a rejection from. We also had a rejection over here, this level, and we're up at the upper end of the band here on the daily. I mean, this is a big area of resistance. This is its big local resistance level. Hey Jesse, what's up, man? You got a lot to do. Okay, well, we'll try to find a good setup for you here. Sorry. Yeah. So anyway, we've got this little pattern, this pattern going on here. We've got this horizontal level of resistance, and we've got this angle level of support. Typically, which I talked about yesterday, typically this angle is going to want to break when you see something like that, and then we would move to the downside on it. But here we're pushing up through this horizontal level of resistance, and we pinned through it yesterday. But it's looking pretty bullish to me. Hey, Ibrahim, good morning, man. Mabuhay are you from the Philippines? Mabuhay to the Philippines. I was going to say Mabuhay from the Philippines, but I'm not in the Philippines anymore. You are in the Philippines, I believe. So good morning. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. So we pushed up yesterday and a lot of bullish momentum. I mean, yesterday was just like a clear sign that I wanted to move up. We had Netflix earnings come out yesterday. Netflix, I don't think it's going to be a big market mover, but it is. I think that if it came in really poorly, I think it could drag Nasdaq down with it. But because it came in not so poorly, I wouldn't say it came in good. I think it only ended up losing like 900,000 subscribers or something, and it was preparing for 2 million subscriber loss. So those numbers aren't too bad for it. And so I think it's not giving the market a reason to go down, if that makes sense. Trying to pull up what is going on with this. I'm trying to pull up an economic calendar here. Well, anyways, nothing going on with that. The economic calendar for me is not working. Anyways, I don't think there's not any news coming out today. I believe, although I thought we did have something this morning. I thought we had shoot, I'm just trying to pull this up real quick here. Existing home sales come out at 10. I don't think. Oh, Thursday, tomorrow. We have initial jobless claims come out tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. So that's tomorrow and Thursday. That's the one I was looking at, initial jobless claims tomorrow. So that is not today. So that is good. Anyway, so this is what we got on the daily. I mean, it's looking bullish. We pushed up through that. The one thing is you don't want to buy the top here and we get some sort of rotation back down. But what was resistance could now be support. So 12,250, which is right where we're at right now, could be providing some support for it. Look over here on a 4-hour and try to find some support structure going on. We've got kind of a fan thing going on here. When we say fan, it means you've got this one support level, then it explodes away from it and creates another support level, which kind of makes a fan. But what I am seeing is that 12,250 level acting as support. And I want to come over here and look at the 1 hour because I saw this and this looked the most interesting out of everything. So we've got that big bullish formation. Oh, the other thing, wait guys, sorry. Before I leave the daily, I want to talk about something. Possibly a 3-bar play setting up here. Although, yeah, possibly a 3-bar play. I can see today we've got a lot of bullish momentum coming in, a very strong candle. Today could be a weaker day. It could be a weaker day. It could be a softer day. I wouldn't say, we may not get a big pullback, but you may not get, may just kind of be a rangy, choppy day today. And then we may break this resistance for that big explosion up to 13,000. And I think Tesla earnings could do that later on. They're reporting earnings after market close today. So anyways, that's a potential setup on a 3-bar play. If you don't know what a 3-bar play is, it's where you get a lot of an explosive move one direction, weaker pullback, and then you get the break of that resistance level coming through, which would be up here, and then you'd see price really explode through. Some of that's going to be trapping some bears who think that we're at resistance and we're going to short it. So all those shorts get stopped out up here. It's also just, going to open up this whole level up to 13,000, I think. But we'll see if that sets up. And that would be for tomorrow. That would not be for today. So anyways, let's now look at that 1 hour chart because I saw this coming through. Oops. There we go. This is a weekly volume profile we got forming right here. This is last week's volume profile. So we can see how we're already trading above last week's range, bullish sign. But what I'm really looking at is just this simple formation that you've got going on here. Just this little triangle pattern they have going on. We have this angled level of resistance here on the hourly. You can see that. So we had all this explosive move, a lot of buying. Now we're in a weaker pullback. We have this counter trend line right here. We're coming into an area of support, which is this low volume node coupled with the bottom of the band on the 1 hour. Bullish candle on the 1 hour. It looks like it wants to probably break this and try to push another leg up. It could be too overextended to the downside, but I would be looking to buy at 12,230-ish, 250-ish if it wants to come back down there, so I can draw that support level right there. We've had 1, 2 touches. We may get an impulse back to the downside on it. And if we did back down here, I'd be looking to buy down here for that big move up. Or if we broke the 20 SMA on the 1 hour, this 12,230 level, you could maybe try to buy it. God, that is 12,300, not 230, 12,300 level up to, 12,347. You may want to be taking profit somewhere up here because it may find some resistance and pull back a little bit. Or you could wait for it to, break here, pull back, retest, and then come up. So there's a couple opportunities there for you. But yeah, I think trying to buy in down here would be a good trade idea for me. Or if it just shoots up to buy the break of this or buy the retest of this trend line right here in the 20 SMA and the VWAP, which is up here too. So big area of confluence right here coming in. If you were bearish on it, you thought it was too overextended and it was going to go down, this might be a great place to short it. If you're bullish on it, I would probably wait to see what it wants to do up around here. I probably wouldn't not be jumping in on it here because this is probably a little bit of a chop zone where it may come up, come down, come up, chop around. So you probably either want to buy the support or you want to buy the break. But in the middle here is probably not your best bet. You'll probably be biting your fingernails for quite a while, waiting to see what it wants to do. But we can look down here, just the 500 volume chart. We're negative on the morning, but look, we're positive delta on the morning. So it does look bullish to me. This is that 20 SMA line on the hourly. It corresponds with VWAP. Again, if we break VWAP, we break that 12,300 level. It may want to find some momentum to the upside. I could see it on the open though, giving an impulse down into here. It comes up, impulse is down, chops around a little bit. This might be your buy zone. Try to get that impulse down. And then your stop would be, somewhere around 1228, just be below support. Or if you wanted to give it a little more room, which knowing me, so I'll probably do, because I just know how these things spike around. If you can endure that drawdown, might be interesting. So that's an interesting possible trade setup if you're interested in any of that. I don't know. You guys might see it a little differently. Yesterday, Slim Jim in the house today. Maybe not yet. Slim Jim called out a very nice pennant pattern over, where was it? Right over here. Was it here? No, it was not here. It was up, 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 up. I don't know what happened on my chart here anymore. 9 o'clock, or was it? Oh, it was here. Yeah, it was here. Yeah, sorry. That was it. Me and Slim Jim called that thing out. Very nice pennant there. Broke on volume. And then we got that nice move to the upside, which has not stopped one bit. So that was an awesome catch. And I think this caught a lot of people off guard, this move to the upside like that explosiveness to the upside. I think a lot of people thought we were just going to start ranging around here. And this was a great trade, because look how many touches we had on this. 1, 2, 3. Remember, the more touches we have on a trend line, the more valid it is. Came through on a lot of volume. You had this bearish candle then form on the 5-minute, and when that broke higher, that was like bears knew the game was over, and they just quit playing, and bulls just took over from there. So that was a great trade. It was difficult, I think, to find an entry. I think this sorry, I'm trying to zoom in some more. I think the break after this bearish candle failed, particularly on volume on that, like that, how it closed higher up on that would have been a good entry. Just jump in on it. Stop would have been down here. Entry here, stop here, and then you could just you could even just keep moving your stop below the candles, right? And then you eventually would have stopped out up here. If that's that's kind of how you can trade a runner. So you would have been out around 12,165 ish. I think I got at 12,148. So it definitely left some meat on there, but it's a nice trade, and of course it's kept ripping up. So coming down to that, getting some consolidation. Again, my buy zone is probably gonna be down here, particularly maybe down at the bottom of the band right here on the 5-minute. Do not copy my trades, though, guys. Do not copy my trades. This thing can come down here, trigger your order, and drop to 12,000 in a minute. So, we may take a loss on it, or it may just move without us. Who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen. I appreciate you guys joining us this morning, though. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody bearish on this thing? Bullish, bearish? Is it too overextended? Let's do our poll. What? Sentiment for today. We've got the bullish. We've got bearish. We've got range. Yesterday we were I think like 30%, 30%, 30%, or a third on it. So I don't know. I mean, I think overall we're bullish. I wouldn't be shorting it here because we broke through these big levels of resistance we've broken through. And I just feel like, again, I've talked about it. I talked about it yesterday because we didn't because the market did not tank on CPI last Wednesday, which was this candle. It did not follow through after breaking a support level, because remember this support level here was like right there. That's how we were looking at it last Wednesday. It came through, it broke on CPI, and it should have gone. On 9.1% inflation, that thing should have gone. And you know what happened? Thursday, we have this candle. This is a buy candle. That's a buy candle. That's a, we're going up. And so I feel like that momentum is going to carry through maybe into August, maybe you know, I don't want to call it out that far in advance, but I think maybe through August and then in the fall, market conditions may change again, gearing up, you know, for the fourth quarter, for the end of the year, all that stuff. Thank you, Nico. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that, for the contribution to the channel. I really appreciate it. Let's look at the ES. Nico's saying, look at the ES. That thing popping up. What you doing, man? What are you doing? Where'd my ES go? Yeah, okay, here's ES. ES on a 4-hour. Oh man, I gotta change my chart. ES on a 4-hour. Okay, I'll change my chart. Let's see. I usually only have the 2000 tick up on the ES. 240. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-sees. Just do a simple trend line. Yeah. Bullish. It does look more bullish. Yeah, it does look very bullish. I agree. I think it's all looking bullish. I mean, you could try to go long on this thing too. Very nice bullish candle, the pullback. Again, it may get an impulse to the downside, but you got this trend line right here. Looks good. I would be cautious though. Sometimes it's because of the volume profile. Oh, I'm sorry, Nico. Let me look at it. What was I going to say? Sometimes looks can be deceiving though in these markets. Sometimes it looks too good to be true, and you're like, this is too good to be true, and it typically is. So, but no, I mean, this looks good. Hey, morning, Vernon. What's up, Slim Jim, my man? Slim Jim made us a lot of money yesterday. Thanks for calling that out yesterday, Slim Jim. If you're just joining us, I was just going over your pennant that you called out yesterday in the 5-minute right when we were logging off. I was ready to call it quits for the day and get out of here, but that looked awesome. So thank you for calling out that pennant yesterday. Nico, are you looking at a session volume profile, overnight volume profile? I can't. I mean, the volume profiles are all these are what are these volume profiles? I don't usually use this chart, these things. Volume profile, this is a session volume profile going on right here. We could change it to an overnight, but you can see how each sessions are ticking up. A weekly. Okay, let's look at a weekly. Boop. There's a weekly, and then we can try to change this. This thing takes so long to calculate, but luckily, oh, we only have 2 minutes. Nico, I'm gonna take your word for it, man. I'm gonna have to get this thing takes forever to calculate. I'm gonna move this off on the other screen and froze here. It'll just take it a second. It'll figure itself out. I'm just gonna move that off and I'll readjust. All right, guys. So coming in here, if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We've called out a little bit of a pattern we've got going on the hourly. Looks like I've got a minute and 20 seconds to quickly go back over this. This is an hourly chart. Hourly up there. You can also look down here at the tabs to see what chart I'm looking at. A lot of buying coming through yesterday. Little bit of a pullback. Will we get continuation today? We're not sure, but we're setting up like that. We've got all that buying coming through. Now we've hit some support. We've got a low volume node. Low volume nodes are area of not much interest in price, and they typically act as support and resistance. This is a weekly volume profile. It's been generating since Sunday night. We've also got the bottom of the band on the 1-hour chart, and we've got this, a little bit of a pullback going on here. We have a counter trend line drawn out. We're coming into some area of resistance, 20 SMA VWAP up there. The idea is that maybe we try to buy down here. If we get an impulse down on market open, we try to buy down in this zone with the anticipation that we're going to break this counter trend line and move up. That is the idea. Put your stop somewhere down here, price may also want to break this 20 SMA and just start moving up. So if it breaks the 20 SMA, we've got 4 seconds. breaks at 20 SMA, maybe try to get in on a retest of it. So let's see what happens. Pushing up here on that. Market just opened. One thing we also talked about is cumulative delta is positive 3,000, very bullish. We are negative on the day. When I see this divergence like that, when I see positive delta, but right on the day, I get excited because I feel like price is probably undervalued at the moment, and that we may see that move up. So another thing that I've noticed is that lots of times these bands on the open, on the 1 minute and the 5 minute, price has been respecting those. We may get the move down to 61, or we may get a move down to 46. I'd be more interested in buying down around 45, around this level, and trying to capture the big move to the upside. But let's see what happens. As I said before, this is not really the area you want to be participating in. This is going to look pretty choppy. You want to be buying low on it, buying low, and anticipating that break. But we could see a pop down here. See, it's hitting the bottom of the band there on the 1 minute. Finding some support, but I would be, now we've got a point of control coming in here. This is a session volume profile, but when I see the point of control shifting like that, it makes me think that this is an area of interest that price is going to want to explode away from. So maybe getting in at the bottom of that band there, 62, would have been a good idea. I don't know. Anybody here trading the ES as well? Any ES traders out there? The push up, it looks like it may want to push down. We are in oversold condition on Williams percent, but I see this long wick on the 1 minute, so I'm still sitting on my hands. Long wick on the 1 minute, if you can see that coming through. I've got lots of charts up here, but I'm looking at different ones in different situations. These over here are my higher time frames. I'm not really looking at them right now. They're just there to give me a bird's eye view of what's going on and for me to look at levels. And now I'm moving down to my 1 minute, 5 minute, 500 volume to see how price reacts around those levels. Morning, Major. Major Dave. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Appreciate it. Now we're getting that push down here. Again, I'm looking at that 44 level, bottom of the band. You could also draw a counter trend here if you wanted to. If you're really looking to get in on it, draw that counter trend. We break that counter trend. Maybe we didn't take another dive up at VWAP, but right now I'm just holding on to my pre-market trading plan, which is to get in closer to the support level, but it may move without me. I don't know. Morning, Ace. Thanks for joining us. It's too much drawdown from, although getting at 50, I could have gotten it at 58. I could have gotten it at 58 and endured some drawdown. But again, the bottom of the band there at 43 is kind of my entry. I thought that would be a really good price. It now may break this counter trend line. 20 SMA, 12,300, 305. It's got that in its sights. See how it reacts up there. Again, if it breaks through that on volume, I think we are going to come back up. And you could take half a position here as it breaks, and then add to it as we perhaps come back and retest. But Delta's popping. Delta's not popping. Sorry, I'm getting too excited, I think. We've got a poll going here, guys. What's our poll looking like? I'm going to end the poll in 40 seconds. So if you haven't voted on the poll yet, go ahead and vote which way you think she's going today. Moving up. Delta's moving up. It looks bullish. I don't want to get in too high, though. I don't want to get too high up here. I don't want to buy the top of it and have it roll down to 265 on me. Sometimes when we call out prices, guys, we're just calling out the last three or even the last two. So I'm not going to say 12,265. If I say 265, you can imagine I'm not talking about 12,265. pop. Look at that pop on that. All right, so now we're through that level. Now we're trying to moving down. We gotta get a pullback. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the poll here. We've got what's the consensus? Seems like we're either gonna be bullish or we're ranging. See, we're just hitting that 20 SMA, hitting that 20 SMA on the 1 hour, hitting it. You can see it over here. It's that red line right here on this chart. If I draw a horizontal red line on one of these, it's gonna show up on all of them. Look at Delta going though. Ugh. It's just a scalp back out of the resistance. Seeing Delta pop in there. Do not copy my trade. You will lose money. I lose money all the time. It's not fun. Don't blame me, please. It's my little jingle. That should be like my jingle to when I start all of the live streams. Like when people are waiting. I feel like it's gonna pop, but I don't want to buy the top of it. I've just been burned so bad buying tops. Meh. I would not be shorting it though, I'll tell you that. That's a shorty? I don't know, James. James, you and I are going to be in disagreement on that. You could be right. This thing could roll over, but man, this is about to provide a lot of opportunity, I think. Got an area of resistance that's coming up to 24, 25-ish. We've gone green on the day on the Nasdaq. Delta's at 5,500. Fuck, this thing's gonna. It is hard to find an entry on it though, because you jump in on it and then it rolls down like a million points before it comes back up. What you like to see is a pullback that's got some structure, kind of like this over here. This over here. You got like a two-legged pullback. You've got a trend line that breaks and you take it back up. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I don't know if I'm going to get a decent pullback on it. It may just go. I mean, that's what happened yesterday. Yesterday it just went. It was like, see ya, suckers. Train has left the station. You're either on it or you're not. So now we were talking before, I may want to come back down here and retest the 20 SMA, retest VWAP. I may want to retest that back. You don't think it's confirmed along yet? Okay. You may be correcto mundo. I don't know. I don't really. Coming back down. This might be a decent pullback. What time is it? 8:40. Coming back down to 2. Bear making any funny faces? I can't even see Bear. Bear's just like off to the side. I might have missed that pullback. So just kind of trading with some fear right now. It's counter trend line, this wick, that should have been my entry. Just didn't take it. I could be out right now, I'd be okay. You know what I mean? Just get back out of resistance if you're kind of being chicken on it. It's not moving that much today. I mean, I'm trading 2 contracts, but it's really not moving that much. The range, the ATR isn't that big. Where does she want to go? That's a good question. Where does it want to go today? I'm not seeing Delta moving higher. You know, we missed this big. God, you know, I hate it when I do this. When I draw these patterns out, and I'm like, find reasons not to take the trade. Somebody told me that one time. Someone's like, you got to stop talking yourself out of trades. You guys ever do that? Like this video, if you ever do that, like you're taking a trade and you talk yourself out of it. You're like, oh no, don't do it, don't do it. Sometimes what you do is you'll talk yourself out of the trade so many times, and then you're like, oh, fuck it, just do it. Just get in there. And the one that you jump in on is the one that's the big L. I'm just wondering if we're going to get some consolidate. See how it's starting to consolidate a little bit, and then we've got Delta just kind of taking a break. Yeah, you did, Andre. I think Andre was the one who told me that. I need to have like trading site, like a trading therapist. There are some, you know, there's that, but there are like trading therapists out there, like prop trading firms and other trading firms have like, I mean, you guys probably know this. This isn't like crazy big news, but you know, they've got the psychologist there, the therapist there. It's all in your head. I did not meditate this morning. If anybody watches this before, you know that I'm a big meditator. I did not get my meditation in this morning. So, you know, anything's possible at this point. Anything's possible. You never know what's going to happen here. It's coming to a big support area down here. Yeah. 5 minutes looking pretty gnarly to the downside. Yeah, I think so too, Major Dave. I think it should be too. I try to teach my kids. I've got 2 kids. I try small, 9 and 7. I try to teach them mindfulness more, like more mindfulness stuff than meditation. So like we try to go on. I try to take them on hikes every day and do different things. Get outside, particularly now in the summer. And I'm always trying to remind them to be mindful of what they're doing. And lots of times, especially when we go on these hikes, they can just get so lost in their own thoughts and staring at the ground and not really enjoying, we're not really experiencing what where they're at. Consolidation up here. I would not be shorting it, but it does look like it may have some more steam to the upside. Up to 35, 10 more points here, maybe. Maybe. I can see it coming up, spiking through, and then rolling back down, trapping some bulls up here. Point of control came in right there. I bet this thing's gonna fall back down here. Very bullish though on the 5-minute. Look at where the 5-minute closed on that thing. Look at where the 5-minute closed. I sound weird. Look at the 15-minute. Sometimes I'll look. I've got all these charts open, but I'm just gonna look at them once in a while. You can just like when they close. Sorry, when they close on the 15-minute close. Very bullish on the 15-minute too. That just closed. I think it's got room up to the 50. Fuck, I'm just not jumping on this thing at the right time. It's gonna be at the 50 before I know it. See that 1 minute. This would have been a good entry down here. Up, 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 up. Well, Mr. Bear. This thing's ripping, boy. Weekly, look at this thing. 4 hour. Very bullish. Look at this 4 hour. It's gonna close like that in 13 minutes. Game over for the Bears. Say that, it drops down 1,000,000 points. Got up to 42 on it. Let's draw on some silly technical stuff here. Silly technical stuff. I'm really just looking for that deeper pullback and then give me a nice bullish candle on the 500 volume. Coming into this trend line. We're in this channel now. Right there. Man, I just can't get in. I just can't jump in on it. Having paralysis issues. Paralysis by analysis. Too high. I have to get out there. I'm gonna stop down. Son of a gun. Oh well. I thought I was gonna pop on that up to 52. Just gotta take your stop. Now we're breaking through that trend line. I don't know how valid that trend line is though, particularly. Point of control is really coming in right there. Oh, taking a bear stretch. Man. Time is it? 8:51. Well, sometimes if you get lost, you can just start drawing some trend lines. I think it is up a little high at the moment. Goes. Obviously in, bullish pattern, higher lows, higher highs. The problem is trying to get a good entry on it. So we're at the top of the band on the 1 minute. Entry back down here. I don't know. Have to see if you get a good pullback. Nice job, Vernon. I love it. Good job, man. 50 points to the upside. I mean, we could, I won't even talk about shoulda, woulda, coulda, but one of those things where you've got to trade, you've got the idea right, you just can't execute it properly. So I think I think that's a common problem. You got the idea right, but particularly in futures contracts, it's hard to endure that type of drawdown. Getting it, pinpointing it exactly where you want it to be, so you don't take a massive loss. I don't know how many times you guys have been in a trade where it's like you're holding it, you're holding it, you're holding it. You know it's going to go your way. You know it's going to go your way. And what happens is, you endure so much drawdown that either you blow up your account, and then as soon as your account blows up, or you finally get out of the trade because you just can't endure any more pain, it shoots right up to where you thought it was going to go. I mean, it's very difficult to find on trading on such high leverage. Trying to find those entries on it. So sometimes the volume profile can really help us with that. VWAP, volume profile, these technical levels. It's coming down maybe into something down here. Using the 500 volume, we are at some support level here. Interesting to see where this 1 minute closes. If we close below the 20 SMA, or if we pin through it. Seems like it's going to pull down now, maybe to VWAP, maybe down to this 03, 05. This might be an interesting opportunity down here. Excuse me, just sniffled into the microphone there. Just buying off of VWAP. Nothing to brag about, but it's just a scalp. Buying the VWAP bounce. Wink. Should be another song. Buying the VWAP bounce. Oh, I should have that. I should have that. I should have like a little button. I should have that button be like buying the VWAP bounce. We're kind of goofy here on this channel. If it's your first time watching us, I don't take it too seriously. I mean, you should take it seriously, but you shouldn't let it, like, you know, negatively impact your life. Like, oh, I'm a horrible trader. If, you know, you have, like I said, I'm a big meditator. I meditate a lot. I'm a wannabe Buddhist. You should have non-attachment. Attachment causes you a lot of suffering. Have non-attachment to your P&L. Have non-attachment to any of this stuff. This should just be a skill you learn and you try to share with others. I don't know, something nice. Major Dave, what's the strategy we use? That's a good one. I would say, Dave, that our strategy is basic technical analysis and price action. We've got all this stuff going on up here, but really we use the volume profile to help us with our technical analysis to mark out those key levels of support and resistance. So I really look a lot at like low volume nodes and higher volume nodes. Low volume nodes are areas where, you know, there's not a lot of interest in price. So I know that might be a good area of support or resistance. And then we've got higher volume nodes where price may want to move more quickly through, or those are more like accepted prices for the day. We've also have these outlying regions of, you know, the high volume area, which is this lighter blue, and the lower volume area, value area low, I'm sorry, and value area high. These are outlying regions as well. This is during the session, so it's going to show us where, you know, the majority of our volume has come in here. These are more accepted prices, and now we're kind of going to that outlying region. So if you were looking to buy, this could possibly be an interesting point to buy. And I try to use Bollinger Bands as well to give me an idea of support and resistance, and then also just basic technical analysis, drawing support and resistance levels. So like here, you know, if I was looking to go long, I can just draw this silly little trend line that I just drew. This is nothing fancy. Literally an 8-year-old could do this. And, you know, we're coming into this little low volume node right here, value area low. I may look for VWAP to break, and then also this counter trend line to break for an opportunity possibly to go back long, back into this higher volume area where price has been accepted before. But of course, it's all a guess, kind of. You know, you're doing your best and doing risk management. So now we can also see down here that we're hitting the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. This might be a big area of support as well. We're in low value area, 20 SMA. We've got a counter trend line. If this counter trend line breaks, maybe it's finding some support here, and we would want to move back up. So that's kind of our strategy. I don't know if there's like a set one. If anyone tells you they've got like a set strategy that if you do it, you know, throw these indicators on there, and then when the stochastic crosses this and the MACD crosses this, and then RSI is oversold or overbought, then you take an entry on the break of the previous candle. All that stuff is fine, but all that stuff is going to fail you at some point. You know, it's a lot of it also has to do with good risk management. You know, I don't know. I could go on and on about it, but I don't think we have a set one. I think technical analysis, volume profile, and then also using cumulative delta down here. So we've got lots of tools in our toolbox, but really you could probably take a lot of this stuff away and just trade price action, and you'd probably be okay. I just have this stuff on here to make life a little easier for me, so I'm not driving completely blind. Cool, I will, Dave. Thanks. Or, sorry, cool, I will, Major Dave. Thanks. Now it's pushing through this, but I think it's gonna do like a 2-legged pullback. I don't know if this is gonna be it. It's fine in the bottom. It's hitting that 20 SMA though. Maybe. So my Qualcomm just took take profit today. I was in a long Qualcomm trade. Took some profit. So I'm out of that, which is, I guess, okay. I probably could have held on to that a little longer, but I'll take my profit. Trying to push up here. I appreciate everybody joining in. If you have any inclination to give this video a like, I'd really appreciate it. If we get 50 likes, I'd be super stoked. And that would really be, helping supporting the channel. This is all completely free. If you find any value in it, if you like any of this stuff, if you're able to incorporate any of this stuff into your own trading, or you just like to see somebody over here playing hot potato with the market, not hot potato. What's the thing, like you're holding something hot and you're like, hot, that hot potato. I don't know. I'd appreciate a like on the video. I will not know who liked it. Nobody knows you liked it. It's just I can only see the number of likes there. I think this thing might break the support 78 and maybe pop down to 67, trap some bears, come down here, hit this trend line, and then push back up. But I think that it is going to want. I think this is the first leg, second leg. The pullback, second leg. I don't know, maybe. Ah, thanks, Major Dave. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Ken. So here comes that second leg. I may find something down here. Now, the place to possibly to buy is the break above this resistance. I would think. I don't know though. And then I would be getting out the 20 SMA on the 1 minute, which is up at 15. So you got about 10 points there, maybe. We can see Delta did not make a lower low. See how price made a lower low? Price made a new low. Delta, however, did not. Delta divergence. So I really need this resistance level to break. And to confirm, we might get a pop up. Do not copy my trades. You will lose money. This will probably be a loser. You will end up red on the day. It is not my fault. You should not copy my trades. My trades do lose money. Anyone will tell you that. I mean, look where I bought it up here. Jesus Christ. Sorry if anyone has offended anybody. Look where I bought it up here. Now look where price is. Bought it here. Look where price is. I'm scalping this thing, baby. I'm scalping this thing, and I'm in and out, trying to get out relatively quickly. Really, if I was a better trader, I'd be buying it down here at support. If I was a better trader. But I'm not, unfortunately. I'm just a poor trader sitting here, poor human, sitting here trying to make some money. What time is it? 9:04. Oh man, guys, we missed our coffee break. We're gonna take a coffee break. I don't know if this trade's setting up the way I want it to be honest. It may just pop to 12. I don't know if there's enough meat. I don't know if that risk is worth the pop on it. I'm gonna take that trade off. I'm gonna see if it wants to break through that. I feel like I'm gonna get too high. It's gonna trigger my trade and then roll back down. So I'm gonna take that trade off. I don't like it. The risk reward on that is horrible. You want to be trying to get out up at the 20 SMA on the 1 minute right here. That's where it may find some resistance right here, and that's at 09 at this point. So 4 points ain't worth it for me. What's up, Caesar? Fighting at the open. What's up, Ron? George Hello? Oh, George already asked me my questions. Okay, George asked me a question. I have a question about the evaluation accounts. If you purchase one, do you still have to purchase the NT8 license as well? No, they give you one. They give you an NT8 license. I'm pretty sure they give you an. I have the lifetime license, so I've never, but I'm almost 100% sure they give you the like the basic license, right? Now with the basic license, you do not get the volume profile. You don't get cumulative delta. And you don't get VWAP, which I find you don't get VWAP is weird. I mean, VWAP is not like some fancy smancy indicator, but whatever. You can find a free VWAP indicator pretty easy, I believe, on the internet. I also have a video where I showed a free cumulative delta indicator, and I have not been able to find a free volume profile for NinjaTrader yet. Look at this. Look at this wick on the hour. Ooh, is she coming down to here? Is this a short, boys? Is this a short? What do you think? Look at that wick on the hour. Ooh, she might be rolling. I'm staying out. Um, I still under have my performance account with Apex. Apex Trader. There's so many of these prop firm evaluations that pop up now. So many. Big business, guys. Big business. Be careful with it. I think we broke now I'm going back to my trade that if we broke the 20 SMA, we might want to pop up here to 22. Back up to value area high. That also corresponds with the 20 SMA on the hourly. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to try to buy that break again. We did not have the follow through that I wanted to see on the 20 SMA. Yeah, Apex seems to be the darling. You want because they've got the big discounts going on, 50% discount, and then sometimes they'll have like an 80% discount, and it's hard to like, all these are basically the same. Now we're getting that push up to this level. We're gonna pop through it maybe. All of them are basically the same. The rules are different, but they still pay the same amount. The same cash still comes out of them, if that makes sense. So I would go with the one that's cheapest, that has the easiest rules, and yeah, I mean, so for right now, that's Apex for sure. I mean, I contacted Lilu and see if they can match Apex's sale, and they wouldn't do it. Well, they never got back to me. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna get an entry. I'm wondering if we broke through that 20 SMA. I thought price would come back and want to retest that 20 SMA. I was gonna try to take a buy down there. I didn't get it. It's all right. Now it's coming up to that value area high. It's done. That was a decent little scalp, but I didn't take the trade. I think it's gonna find some resistance up here. Well, they never got back to me. If Lilu never got back to me, I asked them if they'd give us a coupon code that I could share. So I'd rather you guys just get a coupon code instead of having to like contact their support and go through all that mess. But I should have took that long. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, guys, this thing's kind of fizzling out here. You know what time it is? Coffee break time! I'm taking a coffee break, guys. My mug is empty. My mug has been empty for a while here. I hope your trading day is going well. You guys can. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I'm usually back in like 3 to 4 minutes. Not very long at all. You can leave some comments here of how your trades are going. The other thing I was going to ask you guys. Oh, you could also leave what prop firm you guys prefer. So I've never even heard of Take Profit Trader, so that's good to know. Maybe I'll reach out to them and see if they can give us a good coupon code. Let us know who you guys prefer to use, and yeah, I'm sure there's some other ones out there now that are coming out with new rules, new prices, trying to compete with the other ones. So if there's a good one out there, I have no real skin in the game in Apex Trader. It's just, again, the cheapest one with some easy rules. So that's the one that I've gone with. But man, I'll check out Take Profit. Maybe we'll do like another like evaluation live stream thing where we come in and do the evaluation every day. All right, guys, I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I will be right back. Coffee break time. Oops, not one. It's just a couple of those. Maybe 24. Bear will stare at you. Bear will stare at you. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, I'm going to put an ad on here because I'm not going to be talking. If you wouldn't mind clicking the ad or just watching the ad, I get like an extra 15 cents for doing this live stream when I do this. So whatever, I just do it. All right, I'll be back in a second, guys. What's up, guys? Back. Bear give you the death stare. Bear look into your soul, tell you what a terrible trader you are. Why did you take that trade? That's what Bear does. If you're new to the channel, when I do my coffee, I usually do a coffee break around 9. A Bear will just sit there and stare at you. Just stare at you, give you that stare. Let you know what a terrible trader you are. Gives you really... It's just not very nice when he stares at you. All right. Messi's pushing up again. Are we just grinding up today? I'm going to move some lines around. I mean, it's only up. Not even 0.25%. It can definitely move up today. I mean, again, it's going to be about finding those entries. Pushing up, pushing up. Checking out some of these levels. I think it's next, you know, I think it could bust up through this high over here. I'm looking at the 4-hour. Could have bust up through that, and then we're targeting 12,450. Maybe. Remember when we were talking about getting in at 306, 305? Man, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But I didn't. So that's life. What you guys talking about over here in the chat? Oh, very nice. I love the conversation, guys. That's awesome. What was the consensus on Apex pays not? Oh, there's, yep. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. Coming right up to this level, 59. Ooh, what's it gonna do up here? Oh, if we're actually in an up channel. Take profit, you profit, me profit. I don't know. $10-minute ads? Who's got 10-minute ads? Oh, does it just play 10-minute ads? It just does like, I think, one ad, Slim Jim. I think it's just like one skippable ad. Who does 20-minute ads? Me? How long are the ads when I hit that ad button? I need some ad feedback, guys. I'm in the ad dark. 2 ads, both skippable. I think that's pretty reasonable, particularly because nothing's going on this thing when I'm grabbing some coffee. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it. Man's got to drink his coffee. Man cannot. So I just took a long on that on the break of that resistance. I think it's coming now. I could have held that up to 74, would have been fine. We got the top of the band here on the 1 hour. I mean, it may have this upper band here on the whatchamacallit, 4 hour inside at this point. But it's going to hit some resistance right up there at that 1 hour, 74. So I don't know. Well, I appreciate you watching the ads. I hope it wasn't too big of an annoyance. Every little bit helps. You know, some people are like, "Why are you doing ad? Why you monetize on this if you're making this money or whatever?" Because every little bit helps. I got 2 kids that eat a lot of food. Anybody in the long on this? Anybody take the long? 459. I like how this LVN formed and created that support level. She's ripping, boy. You can call me Grit. You can call me Mr. Bear. People call me Mr. Bear. I thought about just doing like my real face. I thought about just going like serious. I just started this thing as like kind of as a trade journal, really. Almost a year ago, I guess, or a little bit over a year ago now. And I didn't think it would really turn into anything. And then I started doing this bear avatar just to get some anonymity. And I thought that people probably, you know, the channel probably needed some face of some sort. And I didn't really want to use my own. I didn't want to like comb my hair and like make my background and everything professional. It would have looked, I think it would have looked worse if I just would have shown my like real face and my boring background here. You know, some of these guys on the YouTube are super professional. I just don't have time for that. I don't have time for it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. And you also don't know like how it's going to turn out. I mean, it's awesome that we've got, you know, 60 to 100 guys in here. Traders, I'd say guys, but we don't always have guys. We've got some girls coming in, with some women coming in too. And I suggested removing the bear and just doing my face, and people like the bear, so I kept them. I'm not gonna send him to bear retirement. He does move. He does with me. It's like I can move my head. I can make. He does. He follows my. He's like an avatar. I've got my webcam on, and he follows me, and he does my movements. So it's pretty cool. See this LVN here? I like that LVN as an entry possibly. I think it's going to keep moving up. I mean, target I think would be 460 whatever. I don't know if I'll get filled on this. Maybe. I may not get filled. If it comes back down, I think it may. Oh man, it's just going to grind up, isn't it? Just going to grind up. Mother effer. Well, it's good. I mean, I'm glad the market's. I'm glad the market is giving some people some relief. I mean, God knows it needs it. Yeah, when it really starts trending like this, I like to use these LVNs as entry points. So, you know, you could try to get in at 83. Your stop would have to be at 77. LVNs are low volume nodes. So this is a volume profile. This is a volume profile. This, God, my brain is going blank. Sideways graph, is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. You can see this graph we've got going on here. You see these things coming out. This is a volume profile. This is showing you how much trading has been done in each one of these levels, price levels. So, and this yellow line is a point of control. Histogram, thank you. This is the point of control. This is showing you the area where it's done the most volume, which is way down here. And when price starts trending, you know, there's different ways to try to get an entry on it. It can be difficult, but you know, low volume nodes, when it moves up like that and creates these ledges of low volume, if price pulls back to one, sometimes that's a good entry point. These tend to hold as support and resistance. You know, I also sometimes use the bands, like when the bands, you can see the band here's opened up on the 1 minute. I think we may come up and hit that 05 level. You can sometimes use this Williams percent range. If you know it's trending up, maybe we wait for Williams percent to becomes oversold, and then that might be a good price to get in on it. It's hard to just jump in on it up here. You know, it's just hard to get in at the top of it and then experience that pullback. Getting in down there at that LVN, I didn't get filled on it, and to be honest, I didn't give it much effort. So, I don't know. I hope that answers your question. Man, now we're really grinding up here. What's Tesla doing? Tesla's reporting earnings after market today. After market close. I mean, Tesla might be moving this up too. People might be buying rumors, selling the news on Tesla today. Man, 471. You almost just want to jump in and put your take up there, right? At 50. Man, dang it. Dang it. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as I jump in, though, you know what's going to happen? Boom, boom, down to 82. Guarantee it. Guarantee it every time. She gone. Well, Delta's popping lower there. I'm waiting for it to take a break. What time is it? 9:34. You can again see that low volume note at 16. Delta's dropping. See Delta dropping there. I'm gonna get out on that. 767. That might get anything on that trade. Good job, Cesar. I love it. What's that indicator called on TradingView, if anyone knows? I don't know. I'm not using TradingView. What does it look like? Oh, there it pops. Dang it. Should have held. Man, I think we're coming up to 74. This 12,473. Son of a gun. I see Delta here. Delta, though, isn't always super reliable, so. 767 on the day. Could have been better. Could have been better. Couldn't it? Yep. Could have been worse, though, too. Yeah, well, that might be all she wrote for me today, guys. I don't know. I think I need to take a screen break. I don't know. It feels like it's still moving up, though, doesn't it? FOMO. FOMO. 16. I like 16 as an entry. That low volume node. A nice ledge of volume. Bottom of the band on the Bollingers on the 500 volume. But as soon as I jump in on it to go long, I think you see Delta dropping there. I mean, the one thing that's keeping me really from it is Delta making bearish structure. So I don't know. Hey, I appreciate the likes, guys. We got 51. I feel like I accomplished something there. If you guys are interested in any of this, try to live stream every morning. I'll be live streaming again tomorrow if you'd like to join in. Try to keep it light, try to keep it goofy, kinda. I don't know if I try to do that. It's just the way that it is. You go kind of crazy just talking, kind of feeling like you're talking to yourself for hours. Or an hour. It's only been an hour and 9 minutes. Not a bad job working an hour and 9 minutes a day. You know? No, coming. We're some. I mean, look at 15 level. Oh no, that sucks, design knob. It happens to the best of us though. When I use hotkeys, my hotkeys do the same thing. Sometimes I'll just hit the wrong key and I'll exit when I wanted to add, or I'll sell when I wanted to buy, and the whole thing is just can be frustrating. Particularly when you got the idea right and you're like, dude, it's going my way. All right, guys, I may jump off of here. I think this thing might do a little bit of a pullback. I'm seeing Delta go bearish like that. It may do a little bit of pullback. I may take a long if I see, if I see something that looks good. We got a little bit of a counter trend line there. I don't know. I'm cool with 767 on the day. I think we may want to go up and hit that 474, this low volume node right there. Is that going to hold at 14? Just keep seeing Delta dropping. I like to see Delta going the other way, to be honest, to be more confident and long on this. But I'm gonna step away, call it a day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading day. Thank you for joining us. I really, really, really appreciate it. I really do. Thanks for all the chat activity, supporting the channel. We do have a Discord if anybody's interested in doing that, or joining that and checking us out. And that's all for the community. So feel free to post whatever in there, share your trades, share your trade ideas. There's a section there on prop firms if you want to go in there and talk about what prop firms you like to use, or if there's any that you'd like to bring to the community's attention that you think is worth it. That'd be great. So really appreciate it, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, 8:10 a.m. Central Time, trading. And thanks. Best of luck for the rest of your day if you keep trading, guys. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.